Hello, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Pat Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. Quick update on Bob. Bob will be on this afternoon and tomorrow morning to discuss CPI numbers. Not available Thursday afternoon. Still dealing with the situation. So it will be this afternoon and tomorrow morning for a double dose of Bob. Look, I could, with this amount, I could just retire. See everyone later. Good morning, Rams of Fall. First in today. Good morning. Looks like bad energy policy and wokeness survived. Well, I could give comments on this, but it probably won't help the channel from either side. I was going to say, Connor, I was not getting this. The woke was strong in election hope their parents are trying to retire, and then you clarifying it. I'm like, are trying to retire? I would think that their parents aren't going to be able to retire. And then you clarified it. Thank you, Connor, for being here. Hey, Waka Waka. How is everything on the other side of the big old Atlantic pond? How's it going over there, Waka? Good morning. Maybe we won't hear near final election results Friday. It was not strong for the Republicans. I mean, they're going to take the House, but it was not strong. That's where I'll end my comments. Everybody knows my stance, not Republican or Democrat. Independent libertarian. For the most part, the Libertarian Party's garbage, too. I just want garbage gone. Take out the garbage. Yeah, well, now at least the election's out of the way. We got CPI on deck tomorrow. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Martinez. It's a Fuzzy Mike Day. Hold on, Fuzzy Mike. Thank you for why did we get Fuzzy Mike Day? Oh, hold on. Where? Oh. What the? Well, here, I'm switching cameras. There we go. I'm switching cameras. I don't know what's up with that other camera. Something happened. I'll have to work out with that. Boy, it doesn't like my sweat jacket either. Oh, thank you for pointing that out, Waka Waka. Good morning, Legion. Good morning, Andrea. Hope is okay. Yep. It's just, I won't go. It's not with him. It's with extended family stuff. Your regulars would continue to attend. Oh, I think Mike keeps. It's time to put down the drink unless you're having, unless you're trying to get rid of it by having another drink. But we got a trading day. Good morning, Anissa. It's so sad we can't trust our democracy. All I ask for is my hard earning to be able to pay my bills and my family is safe. It'd be nice. Grand Rising, Christoph. My Roblox short finally paying off. Just don't understand why it's not down 30. Be patient, Paul. Rome didn't collapse in a day. Elon was selling, dropping the 4Ks last night, the Form 4s last night with election results coming out. Isn't that classic, Elon? Maybe people won't see that it was me selling a lot more. Well, there is selling done? Probably. Are we going to get the bounce? You had that double set up. Also, Meta, massive layoffs. 11K layoffs in Meta? We talked about that yesterday. I have the levels on that for anybody looking for that bounce play. If you're trying to do something aggressively from the long side, I'll put up levels for everybody. Where do we stand? Good morning. Let me just get this out of the way. Thank you for being here. Do subscribe and hit the like button there. All right. We had Williams speaky overnight. We got mortgage stuff this morning. That's no surprise. Mortgage applications still down. Mortgage rates still up. Housing still trash. Redfin also looking like they're laying off a bunch of people and closing down their home flipping business. Was never a smart idea to begin with. Wholesale inventories at 9. Crude numbers at 9:30 for crude traders. We got Barkin at 10. And that's about it. CPI is going to be the dominant thing now tomorrow. Market map, red, besides Meta, Taiwan Semiconductor, Tesla maybe trying to get a bid. Now you go, oh, we might as well buy that Elon's out of the way selling. Oil, mixed. Oil mixed, pretty. Energy as a sector down, and real estate. I won't be touching real estate. Went over that in the sector overview. 50-50 still roughly. No big moves in there, and fear and greed still in greed. We had Roblox, which was a mix and down. We got that down. What else? That's really all I looked at this morning. After the close, I will check out Rivian. Just because of it's still insanely overvalued. Oh, Beyond Meat, definitely. No, there's not much after the close. And remember, Bob will be on. So, where do we stand? Inside day so far to yesterday. Inside day. So everybody knows what key things I watch will be yesterday's high and low for the major moves. We still have some pretty key support below and key resistance overhead. And the double is still in play. I'm using virtually the same levels, though, before that as yesterday. 38.43 to 38.44 to the upside. 38.61. Then minor, I'm going to bump this up just a hair. 38.77, 38.87. And your key levels, in case you can't tune in tomorrow, where I doubt we'd be up here, 39.07. To the downside, major support zone, 38.06 to 3800. Then we have yesterday's low, 37.92.75 on a 1 hour close below that. 37.60, 37.44, 37.28.25. 1 hour's flat. 4 hour, it's sitting right here, and it's really just very minor support because it's with this choppy back and forth pattern. So overall, it's either the breakout or the breakdown play. I'm not being super aggressive unless we get confirmation. Why? We got CPI on deck tomorrow. And even if this double were triggered, it's just a take back to last Friday. It would be a take back move. And the breakout to the upside is just a retest of the end of October. We're still caught in a pretty decent trading range at this point. All right, is that it for today? We can wrap it up. Good morning, options 22. Is that what it is? 4 million a day Twitter loss? Well, he's got the money. Hey, Christoph. Marcus still haven't figured out what to do with the election. It's now no more that the election was a dud, no red wave. It's going to be gridlock, though, because the House is going to the Republicans, so they can pretty much stop a bunch of stuff. It's going to be more so gridlock, but no major movement there. He probably got a bridge loan and had to sell this for closing Twitter. This is probably still closing Twitter related. You know, he got a bridge loan for a short-term loan because he didn't want to sell going into that week with Twitter, and now the selling is pretty much done. Besides, and you know, Waka Waka does bring up a good point. He'll have to keep funding losses in the old bird. Reese expects a sharp drop after early pop higher on election result uncertainty. I don't know if it's that uncertain. I mean, there's not a lot. You might have 50-50 in the Senate again. SEC should be on him. the SEC is not going to do crap. Okay, it's one of the reasons you know what? If you get rid of it, I don't want my tax dollars going to it. If it's going to be a lame organization, either enforce the fucking rules, or sorry for swearing, or get out of the way. Unfortunately, the problem with our republic is the politicians, pretty much all of them, elections are nothing more than a distraction from the underlying systemic issues. Agreed. CPI is without a doubt coming in hot. I think it's going to be more of a mixed bag. Mixed bag. We still have a bias to the upside from a fundamental standpoint. I also didn't put this up. I haven't done it in a couple days. This is a better way to look at it right now because we're so close to the zero gamma. Zero gamma, and this is the SPX. Zero gamma is 38.43. We're just below that, so there's not much negative gamma. What's more important is where we have the gamma walls. There's a pretty decent gamma wall at 3,800 to the upside. Then 3,700 to the downside. Over above 30. We're roughly looking, the key one is at 4. So remember that you have key support still at this 3,800. That's why there's also just beyond the gamma walls, there's a key support just on the chart. And then on any rally, you have a decent at 3,900, but 4K is major. And the target's the upside 39.85. Why is oil down this morning? I don't know. I haven't really glanced at it. It's not down big. It's down 1%. I'll look at that. Yeah. The Senate, though, with the House going, so if the Democrats they've had the Senate control, what if they maintain it? They're still going to be, they don't have a majority. They don't have a super majority. It's going to be gridlocked. Yes, more colorful language. I'm just so frustrated with everything. So many talking about leaving. What is that in relationship to? All right. NASDAQ. Still inside day. Resistance yesterday's high. Support yesterday's low. This has turned into a multi-top. I'm pulling this off. It's just too messed up right now. So the key levels, 10,980, 10,932 area. I'm bumping this up. No, I'm leaving it with yesterday's spike low. And then I'm just going to be utilizing these these key levels, 10,867, 10,814. To the upside, I am raising this level to about 11,130. 11,130, start watching for the breakout play, and this level's coming up to this high area yesterday, 11,200, before the spike high. Other than that, there's no great pattern on the NASDAQ. Let's get to the spiders and the Qs and some other things. Spiders, yes, you still have the double top in there. You need at least a 1 hour close below 377.72. And right there you have a resistance wall at 378. We're opening, look us just in front of 380. Going in the open, 379.80 is my support. And then back to 378.04. You get below 377.72 on the closing basis. You're at 374.50, 372.97, 371.39. Resistance now, 382, 384. Why am I leaving it at 384 even though we have this candle shelf right there? Because it's this little late day spike high. And it's a pretty decent with this emotional candle close and this little emotional gap open minor. That's my key thing. So 384. Above that would be yesterday's highs. And remember, you're trading into a lot of overhead resistance. The Qs, on the Qs, the double is still in play. It would need that 1 hour close below 265.52. 260, 274, 261.34, major support 260. Looking like we're going to open just in front of 268, 268.29. Overhead resistance, the minor. This is some significance right around here. We have some, I'm just looking to fine tune it. Yeah, that's not bad. About 269, I'm going to raise it up just a hair. Going, just, yeah. 270, 269.99, 270. Above that, 272. Above 272, you don't have much besides using, this is where I would use your intraday harmonics. I'd use key level now 274.57, so roughly 274.50, and then 276.29 coming on with this other key area. That's exactly how I'd utilize the short-term harmonics. All right. Real quick, the Dow, yes, the pattern's still in place. 32,836 is your trigger point. 32,591, 32,472, 32,351. Resistance is right here on any rally. 32,212. So 32,200 and 33,366. The Dow also inside day, so same rules apply. And also remember the key breakout zone was right around this 32,900. So that is pretty major support. You break below that into this little double, you have the rising rotation zone and the flat 200. So I would be using the more aggressive targets on this, not the 32,365. Russell, also inside day, using yesterday's high and low, but before that, we'll be using 818 as a little breakout level to the upside, and then I'm bumping up this key area to yesterday's high because we have multiple touches there. 1837, the breakdown below 1789, and then I am going to bump this down to 1772, DAXI. DAXI sitting at the still highs with the inside bar. Let me look at the 4-hour. It's just a mess not utilizing this. Even though it's confirmed right here, you had a triple right before that, pulling this off. So on any breakdown area, it's going into the 4-hour rotation zone, and I will be utilizing the key support 13,526. Resistance level now is 13,665. We do have some pausing areas, but since this is overdone, I'm using the short-term harmonics right there. 13,807, 13,892. Notes. The old notes gonna sit. There's nothing with based off CPI tomorrow. Notes is a no-go without a pattern for me. 110.18 resistance, 109.20 support. Even if you break above 110.18, you're running into, this is now significance with this key little gap open. You have close there, close there, close here. So this is a significant level, happens to be 111. Yes, the longer term double is still in play. Dollar index, holding key support. This is turning into a channeling pattern. So I'm going to be using the bottom of the channel to watch for support on a rollover play below 109. And roughly that support's coming in. I'd be utilizing this key low area. 108 with the channel bottom. Overhead resistance is now 110.43. VIXI, not much going on. You can see multiple days caught in a range. If I'll just use it short term for choppy bullish to choppy bearish, but won't get more bearish until it starts getting above 26. We got asked crude, why is crude down besides completing the double pattern? That's it. Overall, remember, you're still caught in a huge range here. and we have a fair amount of support. So the only thing was that short-term double pattern. You do have decent support coming in about $86. And we have no clear path or anything to the downside. So this needs some momentum to light fuel up or down, oil up or down. Still, breakout could be potentially in play. If we start getting below, let me put the short-term harmonics on here. If we start getting below, so we have about 86.50. And then I'll pay attention 85.97 with the harmonics. So we start getting a close below there. I'm going to be watching for a pullback in congestion. That is not new lows yet. That's just the pullback in congestion. Good morning. All right, what else do we have? I'm going to skip over a bunch of this stuff. Bitcoin, we still got crypto carnage. Yesterday closing at the 18,530 level, and now retesting for all those crypto players, retesting the low area which it bounced off of yesterday. But we could be setting definitely a new close low. I think there's going to be still major fallouts, and this could be rippling finally into Tether. Minor level 16,600, 15,655. The next key level is 13,700. Tesla, Elon selling most likely out of the way. We covered this before that came out last night. Yes, you still have the little mini double above 195.20. It is against some rotation zones, but this could be a little return to the major breakdown zone. Major breakdown zone, you see the doubles could take it back. The major breakdown zone is roughly 200 to 204 with the declining rotation zone. There will be people to try to rush in and buy this. No great pausing bar just yet. So that is playable to the upside, but this now reinforces the next harmonic, 180.60 to 181. 174.09, and remember my major level on the next rollover play is 163. Roblox is still sitting pre-market. Nothing's changed. Key support 34.35. And your key support 33.74 that you'll be watching for the closing basis for those people playing it to the short side. Why? Then that would be favor the odds to return to this 21.65 to 25.68 area. Another thing, if you're looking for more intraday to play this, let's just see where these forward harmonics takes us. I want to double check the reverse harmonics. I'm going with reverse. For the short term, why we've reinforced the 75 area. So I'm using 31.39. Meta with the Facebook layoffs. Going to be a gap up above that key 100 area. I have on the gap retracement levels. And now you have a major cluster at 109. 108.50 to 109. So if you're trying to play this to the upside, 108.50 to 109 would be a very, very key level, at least for stop reduction and or partial profits. You can use 103.60 as the first target area into a gap. 108.50 to 109, and your key for the gap fill is 114.17 on a closing basis, and I'm looking for at least a 1 hour close. By the way, without targeting 124.60, if you do get a longer rally up with the gap fill, which I'm not counting on right now, you have a lot of overhead resistance. I would make your target 120 in front of there with this key breakdown zone and the key gap open. Let's just peek back at the S&P going into the open. Little look like we're breaking down. So here's my support zone, 38, still 38.05 to 3,800. Can we look at Dow real quick? Dow, you're sitting against That's going to be whether I look at the daily or the short-term chart. That's going to look at that. Even you can spot it on the short-term chart. I just pull off some stuff from before. Your key support is trading against right now 49.40. You break below that, your next support level, I'd be targeting back before this gap fill, the daily rotation zone, and right there, 48, right in front of 48, even, would be my key level support. You break below that, would be the gap fill. To the upside, you still have a gap fill. So that's the only thing, but it requires some strength, especially this weaker close. So there you go. We can look at that more later at some point. I like to do the stocks after hours. You're welcome, Anissa. You're welcome, Ramsafal. So that's where we sit. I thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Just glancing back since it's going in the open. Just going to, come on. Come on. There we go. Not much. Let's just check the tick. Let's check the tick. All right, a negative tick. We already know my routine. Opening down in the pretty decent selling pressure on the open range. So I'll be watching minus 400 to see once this starts breaking above there, and then the shift potentially. So right now I'm favoring choppy bearish. I will be watching minus 400 and 0. And 0 does not make me bullish. 0 would mean an overall shift in there, in the tenor of it. Because remember, you're watching for clusters. Like yesterday afternoon, see how the buying pressure was up here? Just to recap that, and you even on pullbacks, you see how it's holding above this minus 400. That's the kind of thing that would be bullish pressure. Right now, and earlier, you see how we had, when it was selling off midday yesterday, you had the constant spikes down, and then you couldn't sustain anything. You couldn't sustain anything above roughly 400 to 600. And then you can see the shift. So this, I hope people are seeing. Don't get fixated on one candle. Watch for shifts. You see the bearish shift, and then we went back to the bullish shift. So right now we're in bearish. So that's how I watch for key shifts along with the price action. So right now we don't have anything. I can tell you just from looking at that tick, we weren't getting anything bullish, any bullish price action on the broad NYSE, and now we're coming back to test the key support zone. So that's how you utilize these two things. So now in this key support zone, I'll be seeing if there's any minor shift in the tick. All right, I got to jump now. You are welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you this afternoon with Bob. And sorry for Fuzzy Mike to start the day off. Bye for now.